Mamkhize trended for almost an entire week on Twitter after it was said on the news that records showed that a very famous celebrity had visited Thabo Bester while he was in prison. Tweeps immediately assumed that Mamkhize was the celebrity in question, and boy was she dragged for it. Mamkhize did respond to these allegations on her Instagram story and called him Thabo Baxter, leading fans to believe that it most definitely was not her who visited him, seeing as she doesn't even know his real name. It was then later alleged that the celebrity who had visited Thabo was actually Simphiwe Ngema. This morning, Simphiwe did admit to have visited Thabo Bester in prison. She released the following statement on her Instagram. Thabo Bester was working in the entertainment industry and introduced himself as TK Mutsipe, and that's how we made contact. He seemed well connected and was able to organize meetings and big events which I and many other public figures were booked for. Till this day, I was never paid for some of the events that I was booked for by 21st Century. In 2018, I went to prison to demand answers. It was a difficult time in my life and he owed me money. I've been extremely open about everything to those who have been investigating, and I have nothing to hide. I'm not the person that went there on a regular basis, nor was I the last person to visit him before his escape. This was 5 years ago, and I have supporting documents at my disposal that prove I had only visited on one occasion, dated 5 April 2018. The media should stop vilifying his victims and using us as a tool for distraction because we also want answers. One Twitter user commented she went to jail to confront him, but how does she know that the person is jailed? So many people are involved in this. I swear, even politicians will somehow be mentioned. Wait and see. Another user commented she went to prison to demand answers. 1. When did she know that TK Mutsipe, who booked her gigs, was in prison? 2. What did she do after discovering that TK Mutsipe, who owed her money, was in jail? 3. TK Mutsipe didn't even exist in prison records, only T. Bester. Another user wrote, indeed, a drunk woman is much more intelligent than two sober women with PhDs. How does Simphiwe Ngema justify going to demand money for a gig in prison? Even if it was from TK Mutsipe, this is a nonsense statement. Another user wrote, a lawyer tells me that Simphiwe Ngema's statement about visiting Thabo Bester in prison was ill-advised. She has now deleted the statement. Yes, Gossip Guide, this is in fact correct. Simphiwe Ngema has in fact deleted the statement off her Instagram account. What are your thoughts on Simphiwe Ngema visiting Thabo Bester while he was in prison? What do you make of her deleting the statement, and what do you think was the real reason she paid him a visit? It's your girl Charlie Hustle with your Gossip Guide for today, and thank you for watching.